Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman, and we are at Club 4 here in the UK Journeyman. We have just joined as new manager of Manchester United, and we are about to get stuck in with what has been a rotten run for them. As you can see, they've not won a game in a while. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses on the bounce. 8 since they last won. The last win was an away win to Brighton. Before that, they hadn't won in 4. So they had a good start to the season, but have absolutely fell off since. What on earth has happened to the club? I don't know. We'll try and figure it out. We'll try and get them back to where they belong. We've just left Mansfield. If you're brand new to the series, if you're just finding the channel now, go check out the UK Journeyman playlist and watch from the beginning to see how we've got to this point. If you've been following the series, then you know exactly how we've got to this point, and you know we've got a bit of work on our hands. So we'll go through the messages. We're taking the hot seat. A lot of people kicking off. We don't need to worry about that. We've got the youth intake. Don't need to worry about that. We're FFP compliant. Financially, we're in a bit of a hole. 83 million. Wow, why do we spend so much money? What do we spend it on? Other. What is other? Is that every month? No, player wages. So player wages need to go down. They've spent a lot on transfers, and they don't make anywhere near as much money as they used to by the looks of it. But it seems like on the season... Okay, well, they've sold players. TV rev, gate receipts. Yeah, they don't make as much as they should. So we need to sort... First of all, we need to sort the finances out, but we need to get everything going. We've got some expectations. Reach the league table. We've already done that, so we don't need to worry about that. Mid-table's fine. Quarters of the FA Cup's fine. And I don't even... Are they even in the Carabao anymore? I don't think they are. Are they still in the Carabao? They're not, so they don't care about the Carabao. So we've got 31 million, 400 grand in wage available, but they are spending already 5.36 million. There is a first team squad of 33 players, 20 in the under 20s, and 14 in the under 18s. So we don't need to worry about this, because this is a bunch of no earners. We do maybe need to look at this to sort out some stuff, but we need to look at this. Who is taking up the money, and are they any good? Well, this guy is on 325 grand, and he's a 3-star player. He's got to go. These are the type of players that have got to go, because financially it makes no sense. It's not even just about the money. Someone like Amad Diallo, he's on 300 grand, a lot of money, but he's a leading Premier League player. So at this point, he's grown. He's a much better player. Someone like Dorgu, again, big money, but they're a good player, and you just let that contract run out. So I don't mind players like that. And Buemo's 34 and his contract runs out. He's the kind of player we need to be getting rid of this window if we can. But ideally, I mean, at the least, he's there. Yeah, he'll be going at the end of the season. They've got a good goalkeeper. That's the main thing I was worried about, because they concede a lot. But he's a very good goalkeeper. So we've got a good goalkeeper tied down for a while. And it's a massive release clause. And we've got an extension on him. So I don't think it's that bad. So in terms of players that we recognise, they've still got Hoyland. He's still here. 3-star player. Again, he's on big money. Kind of player we might try and move on. They've still got De Ligt. He's kind of old now. But he's still a good player. But kind of old. Yeah. Don't know who you are. Like 2-star player. Cunha. We've got to get rid of some of these lads. I mean, the good thing is a lot of these are out of contract. These high earners who aren't very good. Bidstrup is old. He needs to go. We've got Calafiori. Any other players I recognise? No, most of the lower earners, of course, less recognisable. So in terms of ability, there's definitely a good core of players, but it's probably not enough for what they're spending. So I can definitely see how things have gone wrong here. There's a whole host of players all out of contract. So this is what we probably need to review first. I don't think there's any of them I'd be too fussed on keeping. Most of them are pretty much rubbish. So I don't know why this is so glitched, because these are showing as red when they're here for a while. So we'll go sort out a tactic. We'll go look at the squad. We need to do the captain as well. We'll just keep whoever's there for now. But yeah, we'll go sort out a tactic first and foremost. And then we'll probably just put our Mansfield tactic in and see how that goes. And then we'll do a squad review. I'll have a big idea of what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of. I'll go through the under-21s as well and just move on players who will never be good enough. And then we will know. Basically, I think I want to be I honestly want to just clear out the squad before I bring anyone in, because I don't see that we don't have enough money to sign quality players at this club. Like, the players that'll improve us here are going to cost a lot. So I think we need to move players on and bring this down. We don't need to be spending this much. So yeah, let's go sort out the squad. Right, so we've put a tactic together, and I think this was our best 11. Obviously, a couple of them are away on international duty, so we won't have them for a little bit, which is maybe why they're not doing so well at the minute. But I think this is it. So our goalkeeper is Bruno Torres, a 22-year-old Brazilian, tied down for a bit. Our best right back is Wesley, a 30-year-old Brazilian, definitely a weak point in the side. Matthias de Ligt and Ricardo Calafiori as probably our best centre-halves. Again, slightly worrying that they're our best centre-halves. The other option is maybe Malik Tor, who is probably actually a little bit better. He's 6'4", so I'll probably put him in for Calafiori anyway. Dorgu, our best left-back. I think that's fine. He's good. Happy to keep him. We've got two midfielders who look decent. Shay Charles, who I'm sure isn't that good in real life, is... Yeah, he's a former City boy. So he's in. He's 4 stars of current ability, though. So he's definitely not a bad player to have. He's there alongside Pachito, is a 23-year-old Portuguese midfielder. Again, I'm looking at this squad. It's not that much better than what we had at Mansfield, which is slightly worrying. We've got Jakob on the right. He actually looks really good. Batista Jakob, he's a 4-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. They paid a lot of money for him from Racing Club, and he's been quite good. His average rating's good. We just need to get more out of him. Physically, an absolute demon. He should be good in our system. Ahmad would then play on the left. He's obviously more of a right wing player, but I think with obviously the other lad there who can't play on the left, it makes sense to put Ahmad onto the right. And then the strikers would be this guy, Carl Etta Eyong. He's 30-year-old Cameroonian striker next to Rasmus Højlund. And I was saying that a lot of these lads we'd want to move on, but genuinely these are the best players at the club, so I guess we can't. We've placed a fair few on the transfer list. I think Embuemo we've put on the transfer list. Some of them aren't showing up. They will do. This guy, I mean, we went through, and basically you can see here, we've put a lot of different players on the loan list, the transfer list. A few of them are away out on loan as well, so I've put those onto the under-21s. It just hasn't gone through yet. And then we went through the under-21s as well, and I put a ton of these on the transfer list as well. So we'll kind of just go in about it. I've put one bid in for Rometh Kalpa. £18 million was his release clause. I don't know if he's going to be good enough for us, but considering the lack of strikers and how good he was for us as Mansfield, I'm willing to take a gamble on it. I think he had big potential as well. So if we can get him in as our one and only signing and then just try and move a lot of players on, I think that would be a decent window. It's not a good side. It's definitely not as good as I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely not as bad as they've been. I think we just need a couple new players in. I think we need probably a striker, a right back, and maybe a centre back as well. And I think we should be okay. The good news is they've got good players in key positions. They've got a good midfielder, a good goalkeeper, a good set of wingers. It's just a striker, probably a centre half. I'm debating on De Ligt. His contract runs out at the end of the year, but he is our best centre back. So I am thinking of he has got an extension on it. I don't think it will be the end of the world. Capriel is our backup goalkeeper. His contract also runs out at the end of the year. He's on a fair bit for a backup, but just to have a decent backup, I have extended his. I'm very much considering extending De Ligt. I know he's kind of getting on, and he's not really been that good, but he's still our best centre-half. I'm going to see how he plays for me. If he's rubbish, then I won't, but if he starts well, I'll probably extend him before the end of this window. Well, Kalpa won't be joining us just yet, but it might be one I go back in for in the summer. He is basically just joined his new club, so he's not looking to move, which is very disappointing. We'll chuck a scout on him. We'll keep him on our radar, and hopefully his release clause doesn't go anywhere, and we will be able to snap him up in the summer. But we're not going to be picking him up in this window anyway. So our first game as Man United manager is in the FA Cup. It's against Chelsea, and this is the team we're going with. We've got Torres in goal. I'll go over the players a bit more, but we've got Bruno Torres. We know him. We've got Wesley at right back, the 30-year-old Brazilian. We've got De Ligt and Malik Tor as our centre-halves. We've obviously going to see how De Ligt gets on. If he's decent enough, then we'll extend his contract. We've got Dorgu playing at left back. quite an attacking option, but that's good for us because we play with wing backs. Shea Charles and Pesito in midfield. Jakob on the right. Then we've got Truk at left wing. He is a 23-year-old Colombian, currently wanted by Brentford on loan. He's a good Premier League player already. He actually counts towards our homegrown thing for some reason. He must have joined, I guess, when he was a youngster. He joined Chelsea when he was a youngster from Colombia. We signed him for a bit more money, but we didn't pay too much for him. He's on a fairly decent wage, I guess. But yeah, 3 stars of current ability, 4-star potential. If he's homegrown, he's definitely someone I'm going to keep around. He's naturally more of a striker, but he could definitely play on the wing. He can definitely play on the left, so that's where he's going to play today. Etta Young is back from his international duty, so he's going to start up front. He's a high earner at the club. And he had a very good first season. We spent a lot of money on him. And then second season, he's massively fell off. So hopefully we can get him back to his best. Hoyland is actually, I think, top goal scorer at the club with 10 goals. As you can see, he's been here for ages now. Is he homegrown or anything like that? Does he count towards anything like that? No, I don't. Yeah, he was probably far too old. But yeah, 30 years old, still 2 years on his contract. Still a good player, but not an unbelievable player. So definitely one we'd like to replace if possible. As you can see, we've got tons of bids going around. Ahmad's still away on international till the 16th, so he won't be back. We've got tons of bids flying. A couple have been accepted. I can go through those quickly now. We haven't signed anyone yet. This guy joined us on the 1st of Jan. I don't actually know who he is. Well, I've put him on the transfer list, so clearly wasn't a fan. We've sold, this guy, youngster, he's went to Frosinone for like 80 grand. And then this guy, we actually will keep an eye on him. Jairo Agamez is a 22-year-old Colombian centre-back. Only 2 stars of current ability, 2.5 stars. A good championship player, but he has got some decent potential. So we'll see how he gets on at Wolves. He came in from Nacional, where he's playing regularly. Hasn't really played a lot for United. Isn't probably good enough. But as a championship player, he can also play DM as well, which is quite useful. 6'4". He actually looks okay. So if he starts to grow, if he actually starts to get better, then he could be someone who features for us in the future. But for now, we've sent him out on loan. But yeah, we've got a ton of players. Like I say, De Ligt we are very much keeping an eye on. If we see what, honestly, it's going to be like the first few games. If he does well in the first couple games, I'll just trigger his extension, because why not? We may even offer him a new deal to see if we can get his wage down rather than trigger him an extension. And then if he doesn't want to sign less money, then we'll obviously we'll let him go. So new side, we don't know exactly who's going to be our best players, but we've got an FA Cup game, obviously a little bit of a free hit, because if we go out early in the FA Cup, it's not the end of the world. The board do want to get to quarterfinals, so it wouldn't be good to annoy them too early, but Chelsea are obviously one of the best teams in the tournament, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if we went out. We'll see how we get on. Obviously, I'm not expecting fireworks straight away. We were 3-0 up against Chelsea as Mansfield manager, though, so hopefully we can start to do something a little bit better. But yeah, we've definitely got a better squad here at United. There's just some real weak points. But even saying that, we weren't doing too bad with Mansfield, and we had players who were only championship level centre-half. So I think we could do well. But we'll see. Stats-wise, we've actually got off to a good start. And Wesley, who's someone I've had a lot of eyes on as a player to replace, has done really well getting himself down. He plays it to Shea Charles, who plays it first time in to Jakob. And he's obviously someone I've got my eye on as a big future star. He's already one of the better players at the club. As a youngster, he can be around for a while, and he does really well there. And we've got our first goal, and it's Afonso Peixoto. Peixoto? I'm going to call him Peixoto. Peixoto gets our first goal. Wesley with the corner. It's headed in from Peixoto. I haven't set the set pieces up. I've left it to the set piece coach, and he has cooked early doors. Man United 1, Chelsea 0. But one thing we know with this tactic, we do concede goals. So hopefully we can get a few more, but hopefully we can be a little bit better defensively with our new team. And it hasn't got off to a good start. Chelsea get one back, and that was poor defending on the other side. I don't think we got enough bodies in the box behind it there. A long ball over to Gannon Doak, and he's easily able to just take it round. We are very slow, I'm noticing here, and they are just having the time of their life just playing it round us. We need to definitely youthen up the side a little bit, get it a bit more physical, because at the minute we are getting outplayed, and the centre-backs look terrible, and the goalkeeper's just stood there. Oh, this defence is rotten. This is why they're not doing well. I think the defence is rotten. And maybe De Ligt, we won't be signing on to a new deal because he's not played very well so far. We're 2-1 down. I thought we'd got off to a great start, and I thought we were going to be cooking. But so far, maybe it's too attacking. Maybe we need a better tactic, because I thought it just wasn't working very well because we were Mansfield. But also, you've got to imagine we are a new manager. It's going to take a little bit, but Jakob does really well there. Plays it to E Young, who plays it to Hoyland, off to Jakob, who's got Wesley, who's actually been one of the better players so far, into Jakob, who plays a lovely ball back to Wesley, who puts it into E Young. He's got to finish that, and this is where we need some strikers, because I looked at the strikers. That was another position we identified as probably not good enough. We said centre-back, strikers, and right-back. Right-back so far has proved me wrong. Strikers so far, not proven me right. That's a good ball over the top, but Hoyland is so slow. He doesn't get there, and it's easy for Chelsea to play out from the back. We just look so much slower than them. Oh, Malik Tor, it's so poor from him. He's just allowed him to get right by him. We definitely need younger centre-backs. All our centre-backs are older, and they're all rubbish. Dorgu's having a rubbish game as well. We really need to see more from him. I know he's not the most defensive of fullbacks, but it is slightly worrying. De Ligt carrying it out. Obviously, it's first game against a very good club. We won't be too harsh. De Ligt's going all the way. Plays it off to Wesley, who gets round his man, swings one in. Hoyland tries to get up there, but can't do anything. But it falls to Turk, the youngster. Oh, it hit the post. It was a good effort from him. It beat the goalkeeper, but unfortunately couldn't get in the inside of the post. We are getting run ragged by this Gannon Doak. That's just enough. I was going to say it's a terrible tackle from Dorgu, but he's just enough to win it back. And we do regain the ball. And we haven't looked terrible in possession. It's just out of possession. We look rubbish. Tor plays it into Peixoto, the goal scorer. Back to Dorgu. We're taking our time building it up. Peixoto plays it off to Shea Charles. Lovely ball into Jakob. Jakob into the striker. We need Jakob getting in more space to run into rather than be playing all these passes. But Truk, should I say, not Tor. Truk turns, plays it back to Peixoto. Oh, he's got to score. I know he's already scored once, but how he's hit it over the bar from there, from that distance, I don't know. It's still 2-1. We are at home as well, so the fans will be expecting stuff. But we definitely need a striker, I think. I think centre-back and a striker is my main concerns now. Chelsea, a little bit risky playing it out from the back. But they've been caught out. Wesley is definitely playing himself into the first team here, because he's been our best player. And he was someone I was critical of. And there he is again, Wesley. Go on, Wesley, son. Go yourself. Gets it into the box. Oh, it's begging. It's begging for a prolific striker to just get their toe on the end of it. And no one does. Wesley's been our best player. I was wrong to say it was the right back. It's not. It's these bloody strikers. They're rubbish. Jakob into Hoyland. Hoyland finishes. That was good play, actually, from the strikers. I was just slagging them off. But Carletta E. Young with a lovely ball to Hoyland, who slots it into the bottom-hand corner. And maybe we are just going to be that kind of team. Score lots, concede lots. But Wesley has been our best player. And here he is again down the right-hand side is Wesley. Wesley swings one in. He's got a hell of a cross on him as well. He's quick. You know what? I like this Wesley. We're keeping him. He's not going anywhere. His star rating isn't great. But I've seen enough in the match engine to know he's a baller. And there's Dorgu with a big tackle. A ball over the top to Hoyland. Can he swing it in? He's turning. We're getting lots of men forward, but we're just not getting into the right person at the right time. And now Chelsea might be able to counterattack, because we have got some slow centre-backs. De Ligt stands up his man. That's the thing with Wesley. I don't know how good he is at defending. Malik Tor is having a poor game, but De Ligt's actually grown into it. And I think the rest of the lads have grown into it. Stats-wise, we've actually been the better team. And maybe the goalkeeper's not the best, but I think he's just having a poor game. And to be honest, I think he's actually a good goalkeeper. It's just when you concede goals, it tends to blame the goalkeeper. But 2-2, Maresca's still the manager. Definitely not in real life. But 2-2, we'll say we're not happy. And we'll try and get the win. But if we can beat Chelsea on the opening day with a squad that's still got Ahmad to come back into, maybe it's not as bad as we think. But yeah, I think we knew there was some weak positions. But in the end, it's actually been the right back has done well, and the strikers have got a goal and assist, so I can't complain too much. Wesley plays it into Peixoto. Peixoto into Shea Charles, who's played it to Wesley, who looked like he may have been fouled, but Malik Tar does really well to win the ball, and here's Truk into Jakob from distance, and he's hit the bar. I need to see more from Jakob. The wingers, not seeing a lot from them. Obviously, we've got Amad Diallo to come back into that, so that's good, but we need to see a little bit more from them. But Wesley, I'm loving this Wesley lad. Everything's coming through him. Great cross in, and it's bobbled around. And I think he's actually given a penalty. It looks like someone on the Chelsea side has given away a penalty, and it's going to be Peixoto to take. Not sure about that. You'd like your strikers to be taking your penalties, surely. But Pajotto's stood over it. He's put his name on it. And if he misses, we will be changing it. But he steps up and he finishes. Maybe that's why he's on penalties, because that was a brilliant penalty. Pajotto with his second of the game. It's Man United 3, Chelsea 2. And maybe, just maybe, we have a better squad. And let's not forget as well, morale will be at an all-time low here, because we've got a ton of players who were trying to move on, and they've not won in about 7 or 8 games. So morale, I didn't even think about this, dynamics are at an all-time low. So the fact that we're actually doing well in this game is surprising enough, but if we can win this, we can get the dynamics feeling a lot better. New manager bounce may be in effect. Decent crossing, but unfortunately, probably just a bit too far up. Still 3-2. And the one thing I've noticed as well, this team are a lot fitter than my Mansfield team, because by now I had a bunch of players lagging. But these lads, I mean, Hoyland's still fully fit. We will make a change though, because we do want to see a couple of the other players. But looking at it, there's not a lot that I want to actually take a look at. Xavier's definitely one though, so we will bring him on. I haven't seen a lot from Jakob, so hopefully Xavier can come on. I think everyone else is probably on the transfer list, which is slightly worrying. I guess Calafiori would be the only one. He can't really play right back though. I don't really want to put Tor right back. We'll keep Wesley there, but he's ran his socks off as Wesley. We'll bring Xavier on. We'll leave the rest of it as is. Like I say, we've got Ahmad to come back, but we do need to be a little bit careful with all these players we sell them, because we do need to leave ourselves a squad. We do need, as much as I only really want to keep the best players, we do need to leave ourselves with some substitutes. But Chelsea are getting themselves forward, trying to get themselves back, but that's a poor effort from Gannon Doak. And Torres, the goalkeeper, can just collect, and he looks to play out, and Delict takes it into feet, plays it out to the right back Wesley. Wesley is tiring a little bit now, but Shea Charles into Jakob into the other striker, who plays it off to Pajotto, who's got 2 of the goals. Truk into Dorgu. We're moving it well, and now Truk can get the ball in. He turns instead, plays it back to Pajotto, who plays it across to Shea Charles, off to Dorgu, who takes it round his man. Can he get the ball in? He can't. But we're playing well. We're playing some good stuff. They're seemingly taking the tactic on well. I think the one thing I would have wanted there is just for Truk to get the ball in across the box and try and make a chance, rather than be too worried. One thing I don't want to be is a possession team. We're not too worried about just keeping the ball for the sake of it. We're not one of those teams. We're probably not good enough to be one of those teams anyway. I'd rather us be. And I think maybe this is why the Man United board have hired me, because if you look at probably my history, I'm not good enough really to be getting this job. We'll bring Cunha on for the last little bit. He's on his way out of the club. Actually, you know what? We'll bring Mbuemo on instead, because he's a lot better. We will take Malik Tor off. We'll bring Calafiori on. We'll put Wesley on instead of Malik Tor. We'll put Malik Tor at right. Actually, no, we won't. We'll put Tor back at centre-half. We'll put Dorgu on the right. Because he can play there. Surely he can. Calafiori can go on the left. We're a little bit light on midfielders, but we'll take Shea Charles off for Bidstrup. And we'll leave it there for now. Who are you, Leyton? Are you any good? Not terrible, but not great. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We don't want to change too much. So Calafiori comes on. Bidstrup and Mbuemo also come on. A few of them we are trying to move on. There's 6 minutes of added time. If we hold on to this, I'll be very happy with this. Some goals. Yeah, not the best defence, but we've grew into the game. And the most important thing, we've stopped the rot. And that is a 3-2 win. And I'm very happy with that. Our first game in charge, we've won. And what I was going to say was, even though we may not have the big reputation from the clubs we've played for, because we're basically the Man United of old. We're not too worried with just keeping clean sheets. We are gung-ho. We go for it. We don't just go for 1, we go for 2, we go for 3. And I think we're the kind of manager where the old guard, the 92, are going to be saying, this is a Man United manager. So maybe, just maybe, we have come in at the right time. There's a couple transfers. We'll obviously talk about it. Eric Garcia, when was he ever at United? We've got money for him, which is great. He went to United. He was a City boy as well. Yeah, we got some money. That's good. Obviously, the balance will hopefully start to look a little bit better once we sell some players on. We're obviously quite a bit in the negative, but I guess there's probably one thing I didn't look at. There must be a lot of sponsorship. Yeah, we get a £218 million in sponsorship coming every year. So maybe I don't need to be worried about this negative balance during the season. How did we even end up in a negative balance? We'll figure out the finances. But yeah, so we'll only play the one game. what I'll do is we'll go through, play the rest of these games off camera. We'll get to the end of January and we will wrap up our squad and show you everything that we've done in January. We've got to the end of January and we've done all of our business. If we jump to the results, which is usually here, if I click continue, will it go away? Yeah, there we go. So we've just finished the transfer deadline day. We'll cover results first before we go over everything. And as you can see, we are off to a flyer. So after we beat Chelsea, we beat Sunderland 3-2 in the league. Rasmus getting 2 of them. We drew 1-1 with Benfica in the league. Rasmus with another. We then beat Arsenal 3-0 in the league. Rasmus, he is finding a new life under me. 3-0 win there. We then beat Bodo Glimt 4-1 in the league phase of the Champions League, which means we are into the playoff round where we've got PAOK or PAOK, and then we had a late winner, Truque, with the late winner against Everton to win that game 4-3. All of that means we have now up to 11th in the league table, Mansfield down in 15th. So we've definitely made the right decision, and we've managed to clear off a lot of the club's debts. The balance is now just down to 52 million. It was 80 million when I took over, so we've wiped off 30 million. Part of that was we sold a ton of clauses. There was a ton of future fee and clauses and stuff, which we've sold. So we'll just check there isn't any more. There's probably new players that we've sold. We'll just sell these off. There we go, 9.25. That's quite a big one. So yeah, we've got the balance down actually to minus 43 now. So we are making a ton more money, which is great. We have signed a couple players, but mostly it's been exits. So we'll go to the transfer history. We'll talk about the one incoming is Carlos Estrada. He's a 19-year-old Argentinian centre-back. Very, very good. 6'5", 19 jump and reach, good heading, good marking, good tackling, good positioning. Basically very good in all the positions. A little bit slow, not the quickest, but very good. He's 3.5 star of current ability with 5-star potential. He's a wonder kid, 40 grand a week as well, and a 4-year deal. He's joined us for just 17 million pounds as release clause. He's played 2 Prem games and already got off to a good start. So he's going to be our new centre-back. We did decide to extend De Ligt's contract, so he's now tied down till the end of next season as well. Other than that, I think the only other person who's got a new contract is Carl Etta-Eyong. His contract was out actually at the end of next season, but he wanted to leave at the end of that, and I said, no, let's sign a new deal. So we signed a new deal. He's on the same money, but he's got a 1-year extension, so he's down for 2 years. Other than that, as you can see, we've massively thinned out the squad, which is exactly what we needed. We've sold a ton of players. Most of these are youngsters, so where were we? So I think we got there. So backup goalkeeper went to Wolves for 450k. Some youngsters. This guy, Lamine Badjo, joined the club for £22.5 million. Clearly not very good. I mean, he got 3 and 7 this season. Not bad. But he's never going to be good enough, is he? Look at him. Yeah, he's never going to be good enough. So we sold him to Al Sadd. Obviously made a loss on him. We sold a couple more backup players. Treu was just a backup fullback. He's gone to, where did he go to? Al Faisley for 1.5 mil. Harvey Morgan has went out on loan to Sunderland, but it is a mandatory future fee of 6.5 million. So we'll get 6.5 million in the summer for him. He was one that came through the academy. Not really going to be good enough. So we've loaned him out to Sunderland, and obviously they're going to be basically a loan to buy. A couple more youngsters have left. No one really of note. Cunha left on a free. He's went to SPO. I think that's is it Santos? That's not Santos. Sao Paulo, I think. So he's went to Brazil on a free. So we got his massive wage off our budget, which was great. A couple more youngsters. Leuten went to Borussia Dortmund. He was someone that was bought for 24 million, was really barely played. So we actually made a decent profit on him there. So he's went to Dortmund for 34 million, which does mean we're a little bit light at fullback, but it is what it is. Gardner, another youngster, he's went to Hull for 925k. A couple of youngsters have went out on loan. Echeverry, he's a backup centre-back, joined from Nacional. He's went back to Nacional to hopefully get some more game time out there. I think there is a future fee, an optional future fee of 5 million. Should they want to pay it. We only paid 1.5. 5.5, so we'd still make a profit on him. And then the last one was backup goalkeeper, and then Mbuemo. He signed a pre-contract to go to Nice in the summer. We said, do you just want him now for 5.5? As you can see, he's dropped off massively. He's not very good anymore. So he's went. He wouldn't have been bad to keep around. A couple of the players are unhappy. We let him go. As you can see, I think it's the goalkeeper. But other than that, yeah, we've massively improved the window. So he's left for 5.5. So we made a ton of money this month, which is great. We're obviously still in the negative. So if we look at January, we made 99 million in January, and then on the exits, we only spent 72, and most of that was on player wages and things like that. It wasn't really anything. How have we spent 72 million? Well, we spent 19.2 on that. I don't know what other is. I don't know what this other is that we keep spending money on. But yeah, we're making a lot more money now, which is great. We've massively reduced the wage bill as well. So I think it was 5.5 million. So we basically took it down to 4.5. As you can see, we've got plenty of money now from all the sales, from all the clauses and stuff. I'm just really struggling to find someone who's good, who doesn't cost an absolute arm and a leg. Like, there's good players, but they just cost far too much. So I'm probably just going to hold off on my money till the summer, because there's no one that really improves us that was worth a lot. So we are on a bit of a reduced squad, but we've got enough to get by, I think, to the end of the season. So whether we can get top, obviously top half is the goal. Whether we can get into 7th, I think, would be the main aim, and then maybe try and push up into 6th, 5th, just to get some form of Europe. We are still in the FA Cup, of course. We've got Chesterfield in the next round. So we'll try and win the FA Cup as well, because we definitely want to get some form of Europe. Obviously, we are still in the Champions League. I don't think we're going to win it this year, but you never know. And we haven't got that many Prem games left, so hopefully we can keep going up in the Prem. I think if we can get top half, that'll do the board. I mean, City are down in 8th, so it's definitely a weird league this year. Newcastle and Villa are top. It's definitely a little bit odd, but maybe that's the future that we're all going to be seeing. But anyway, yeah, we'll leave it there. So I don't know where we'll come back, because we don't. I think we're probably safe to assume we're going to get through all of this. These aren't really huge games. We'll probably come back for either Chelsea and City as our first Manchester derby, or maybe we'll come back for Man City, Mansfield, Manchester derby, and then my former club, back to the one call. If not, we might come a little bit back a little bit earlier if we get a good Champions League. If we progress in the Champions League on the FA Cup, if we get a big tie in any of those games, we might come back for that. But I think we'll come back for City, Mansfield as our next episode. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.